Today I'm going to be showing you a push workout focusing specifically on your chest and shoulders. I will be using a barbell and dumbbells, and you also need a bench to do this. So yeah, let's get into it.
Alrighty, so here I'm starting off with a basic warm-up, just doing some arm circles, stretching my triceps, and just getting the blood flowing in the shoulders and the arms. Doing some wrist circles, stretching my neck a little bit. I usually do this because I have a stiff neck sometimes in the mornings, just to make everything more loose. Stretching my back, this is very important, warming it up so you don't get injured. And yeah, just some hip circles. And here I'm getting into some light bench press just to warm up. I move up progressively in the weight. So again, I'm just doing the bar here. And here I move up to 90 pounds, or 95 I think it was. And here I move up to 135, just some warm-up sets. Now here, I'm starting my actual working sets. So I'm doing, I believe it's 160. So I set a rep goal of 5 because I'm training for strength. So here, first rep goes pretty easily. Second rep as well. Third rep, starting to struggle a little bit. Take some time. Fourth rep, this one's getting a little bit difficult. And at this point I'm thinking at 5 I'll stop. I get the fifth one up, and for some reason, even though I was struggling a lot, I felt like I had another rep in me, so I gave it a go. And sure enough, barely managed to push up the sixth rep, which is good. You should always go to failure when you can, even if it requires taking a little bit more of a rest. So this is my second set. Again, same weight, 160. First rep was pretty easy. Second rep's already a little bit more difficult than the other set. Yeah, third rep. And then the fourth rep. Barely get it. And at this point, I felt like I had another rep left, but I don't think I pushed hard enough, and I end up failing. Yep, there we go. So I drop it. Luckily I had the guards. I usually don't push myself to failure if I don't have guards, but luckily in my home gym I do have guards, so I push myself a lot. One thing I really regret, and I advise that you guys learn from my mistakes, I didn't take enough of a break in between my sets. I think while you're training strength, you should at least have a 2-minute break. I think in between these clips there was maybe like a minute 15 at most. Like I didn't take any rest, and that's something I usually take longer rests. I don't know if I felt like I had a little bit more energy today or something. And as a way to punish myself for messing up that one set, I do another set. And also I decreased the weight a little bit. So I took off the 2.5 pound plates from each side, and instead of 160, I'm now doing 155. Alright, so next exercise is dumbbell flat bench press. So right here I'm using 60-pound dumbbells. Typically, especially now because I'm uploading this video a bit late, but this weight is becoming relatively easier for me. So yeah, I might have to move up soon. So this is supposed to be a strength exercise. I feel like it does help with your bench press. Helps target the pecs a little better, in my opinion. Yeah, here I'm getting higher rep ranges. It's not the low rep range that I did for the barbell bench press, but It's around like 10 reps, a little bit less. Oh, you can see I barely managed to push that one up. Oh yeah, and the rest of the clips from now on are going to be 1.5 times speed, just to save some time. Yep, there we go. Next set. Remember to drive your feet into the ground. It's very important. So I neglect it sometimes, but it really does help, especially with stabilization. Something I kind of, you can see my feet are like bouncing around. Something I didn't do, so I should really focus on that. The leg drive. Yep. Here we go. So now I'm going to be doing a military press. I'm just warming up with the bar. Warming up with, I think it's 10 pounds on each side. Just a little warm up. And here are my working sets. So right here I have a 25 and a 2.5 pound plate on each side, equating to 100 pounds. Now, one thing I regret is I put the military press, it was supposed to go second in the workout, but it turns out I kind of forgot and I left it until third. At this point in the workout I was really tired. Usually I'm able to push 95 for like 10 reps at maximal effort. This is 100 and I only managed to get like 5. So again, if I were to change one thing about this workout, it's the fact that I would put the military press right after the bench press and right before the dumbbell bench press. So again, really struggling with this weight. Get 3, I think this is my last one. Yeah, so at this point I just decided to move on to another exercise and not waste too much time on that. So now I am moving on to shoulder raises with dumbbells. So right now I'm using 40-pound dumbbells and I am doing it for about 10 reps, around there if I could reach it, and then I'm doing a drop set. So you'll see I'll drop the weight in a second and I'll, instead of the 40-pound dumbbells, I'll pick up the 30-pound dumbbells and do an extra like 5 reps. This is really good, especially if you want to stimulate your muscles in a different way. It's a really good method of progressive overload, and I recently started doing it again, especially with this exercise and with other exercises like the military press and the dumbbell bench press. It really does help gain some strength. This is mainly hypertrophy though. Rep range is a bit higher, but obviously you will gain some strength from doing these exercises. You can see I'm really struggling at this point. I think this exercise tired me the most out of any other one because of the drop set. When you're fully fatigued and fully done, you have to pick up another weight, and it's really, really difficult to continue. So I tried to not waste time, grab the weight right away. I sort of stall a little bit, taking some breaths. It's something I need to work on. I usually, sometimes, it depends on the day. If I'm feeling good, I'll pick up the weights right away. Today was a so-so day. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. So I kind of stall. You see I'm really tired. Here's my last set. So most of these exercises are just 3 sets. Yep, there we go. Alright. Okay, drop the weight. Alright, and now up for the last set. 3, 4. You can see how much I'm struggling. Always go to failure, guys. Unless you're having a bad day and you know something might go bad. When you're feeling good, always go to failure. Alright, so now I'm doing incline dumbbell bench press. Really good for targeting the upper pecs and the front delta as well. I realized that in this workout, I am focusing a lot on the front delt. Again, it is push, so the front delt dominates a lot of it with the chest. Dominates a lot of the workout. But I managed to slip in a little bit of side and rear delt exercises. So yeah, right here I'm using 40s. I recently moved up to 50s because the 40s became really easy. Even in this clip, after a full workout, it's pretty easy to get the weights up. So I switched to 50s. It's feeling a lot better. I'm feeling stronger. Yeah, but this is mainly hypertrophy. The reps are a bit higher. They're not they're above the 6 rep range, so it's sort of targeting hypertrophy a little more. I recommend, if you can or if you feel like it, incorporating drop sets to this exercise too. It's really easy to do, especially if you have a lot of dumbbells like I do, and it's really, really effective for hypertrophy and even muscle endurance training, depending on the weight you're using, of course. Oh, I dropped the weight there. I was just so tired I couldn't care enough. But yeah, anyways, so now I'm doing lateral raises. I'm doing drop set again, where I start off with 20 pounds and I decrease to 10 pounds. But yeah, at this point I'm really tired. And for this exercise and the next one, I'm also doing 3 sets, but I didn't show the other sets because I didn't want the video to be too long. I didn't want to stretch it out because I don't like stretching out videos. So yeah, you can see, really struggling at this point. Again, at this point I realized I have to take longer breaks. So yeah, now I'm doing the rear delt raises. It's really, don't neglect your rear delts, guys. They're really undertrained compared to your front delt, and they need to be focused on a lot more. But yeah, form's kind of bad at this point because yeah, really tired. But anyways, that's it for my post commentary.
And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.